ngayon guys, ang ito namin is Audit of Shareholders Equity. So ito na yung problem 1. So, we're engaged by corporation on the Philippine Stock Exchange to audit of its 2018 financial statements. You were told by the company's controller that there were numerous equity transactions that took place in 2018. The shareholders' equity accounts at December 31, 2017 had the following balances. So ito yung mga beginning sa 2018. Di na ako i-ikon. Anong sa galan? Huawei.
Joy, ang sagot ito na si Joy.
Walay 5G. Okay na. Yan, klaro. Klaro guys, hindi na choppy.
Opo. Okay
Sige.
na.
Balik na naman. Yeah. So problem 1, you were engaged by City Corporation, a publicly held company whose shares are traded on the Philippine Stock Exchange, to conduct an audit of its 2018 financial statements. You were told by the company's controller that there were numerous equity transactions that took place in 2018. The shareholders' equity accounts at December 31, 2017 had the following balances. So, ang City Corporation merong share capital sa preference, 100 pesos par value with 6% cumulative, 9,000 shares authorized, and 5,400 shares issued and outstanding. So yung total niya is 540,000, yung total share capital sa preference. Sa ordinary share naman na share capital, merong total na 360,000. Ito yung 1 peso par value with 540,000 shares authorized and 360,000 shares issued and outstanding. Meron din silang share premium na 720,000, retained earnings na 294,000. So yung beginning total shareholders equity nila is yung yung sa December 31, 2017 is 1,914,000. So you summarize the following transactions during 2018 and other information relating to the shareholders' equity in your working papers as follows. So sa January 6, 2018, so dito mag-entry tayo. Gagawa tayo ng journal entry. So sa January 6, 2018, issued 13,500 ordinary shares in exchange for land. On the date issued, the shares had a market price of 16.50 per share. The land had a carrying value of 126,000. So paano yung entry niya? Debit land, 222,750. Bakit ganito yung amount? So yung shares na in-issued na, yung ordinary shares na in-issued natin, in exchange for land, i-multiply lang natin to siya sa market price na 16.50 per share. So, yung total is ito na, 222,750. Then, credit ordinary share capital. So, pagkuha ng ordinary share capital, gagamitin natin yung stated price ng ordinary share na 1 peso. Yung sa taas kanina, na 1 peso par value. So, yung 13,000 na in-issued na ordinary shares, multiply by 1. Kaya meron tayong ordinary share capital na 13,500. Since yung market price is 16.50, tapos yung stated price is 1 peso lang, so ibig sabihin, nag-increase yung price. So, magkakaroon ka ng premium. So, 16.50 less 1 peso, which is 15.50, ito yung parang increase ng price. ito yung premium natin. So, i-multiply lang natin to siya sa 13,500 na in-issue natin na shares, ordinary shares, kaya ito yung sagot, 209,250. So, ito yung sa entry natin sa January 6, 2018. Nagets nyo yung entry sa first entry, guys?
Opo.
So, next na naman, sa January 31, 2018. Sold 720, 1,000 pesos per share with stated rate of 12% bonds due on January 31, 2028 at 98 with one detachable share warrant attached to each bond. Interest is payable annually on January 31. The fair value of the bonds without the share warrants is 95. The detachable warrants had a fair value of 50 and expire on January 31, 2019. Each warrant entitles the holder to purchase 10 ordinary shares at 10 pesos per share. So, yung bonds merong face value na 720,000. So, 720 na, itong 720, multiply lang natin sa 1K, kaya 720,000. Meron siya, yung stated rate natin is 12%. Yung issue price yung issue price is ito yung with warrants ang gagamitin natin. So, yung 720 na face value, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 98% na ito 98%. So, kaya meron tayong issue price with warrants na 705,600. Tapos yung market value na naman ng bonds without warrants, i-multiply na naman natin itong 720,000 sa 95%. Dito sa the fair value of the bonds without the share warrants is 95. Kaya meron tayong total na 684,000. So para makuha yung share warrants outstanding, i-add lang natin yung face value tsaka issue price, tapos i-less natin yung market value without warrants na 684. Kaya meron tayong share warrants outstanding na 21,600. So yung entry is cash 705,600. Ito na yung issue price. Then debit din bond discount. So i-less lang natin yung with warrants at saka without warrants na bonds. Yung 720K, i-less lang natin yung face value tsaka yung market value ng bonds without warrants na 720K less 684,000. Meron tayong bond discount na 36,000 and credit bonds payable na 720 and credit share warrants outstanding na 21,600. So, next na tayo sa February 22, 2018. Purchase 4,500 of its own ordinary shares to be held as treasury shares for 24 pesos per share. So, paano yung entry dito? Yung other term dito is nag-reacquire ng treasury shares. So yung entry is debit treasury shares 108,000. Yung 4,500 na pinurchase natin, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 24 per share. Kaya 108,000. Then cash 108,000 kasi bumibili man tayo. Then next is February 28, 2018 na. Subscriptions for 12,600 ordinary shares were received at 26 pesos per share, payable 15% down and the balance by March 15. So 50-50 yung 50 down payment, 50 yung payable, yung utang. Tapos ayun, mag-entry na naman tayo. So yung subscription price pala is 327,600. I-multiply lang natin itong 12,600 na ordinary shares sa 26,000 sa 26 pesos na price per share. Kaya 327,600. So yung entry niya is debit cash na 163,800 and debit subscription receivable na 163,800. Bakit meron tayong subscription receivable? Kasi 'di ba, yung sabi ko kanina, magbabayad ang ng 50% down payment. Tsaka yung balance is utang pa. March 15 pa babayaran. Tapos kaya may subscription receivable tayo ng 163,800. So i-multiply lang natin yung subscription price sa 50%. Then credit subscription share capital ng ordinary share na 12,600. Pag kukunin natin yung share capital, i-multiply natin talaga siya sa stated price niya, yung 1 peso. Ganun yung pagkuha ng share capital. So, yung 12,600 na ordinary shares, i-multiply natin sa 1. So, meron tayong subscription share capital na 12,600. Tapos, since malaki na naman yung price na 26 pesos per share kaysa sa 1 peso, so meron na naman tayong share premium na 315,000. So, pwede mong i-squeeze, pwede rin i-multiply mo lang siya sa 25 pesos. I-less lang ang 1 peso sa 26. Kaya 315,000. So guys, if may tanong pala kayo, huwag kayong mahiya. Mag-ask. So next is sa March 15 na naman. The balance due on 10,800 ordinary shares was received and those shares were issued. The subscriber who defaulted on the 1,800 remaining shares forfeited the down payment in accordance with the subscription agreement. So, di ba, kanina, 12,600 yung sinubscribe. Tapos ngayon na, yung balance due on 10,000 na-receive na daw and were issued. Tapos, merong 1,800 remaining shares na na-forfeit. So, pinorfeit yung down payment. So, ito yung entry natin. First is yung sa balance muna na 10,800. So, since na-receive mo na, so, debit cash na 140,400, credit subscription receivable. So, yung 10,800, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 26 pesos per share times 50%. Kasi 50% lang yung binayaran last time. And then, so, na naman natin, mag-enter na naman tayo sa subscription share capital, i-debit natin, yun na, yung 10,800, i-multiply natin siya.
Guys,
Guys, wait lang po tayo kasi nawala yung connection.
Yan
okay
naman
na?
na.
Okay na?
Sana nga ako. Sana tayo. Sana ako na-stop. Saan pala ako na-stop, guys? Yung yung naputol? Ito sa...
Laser since
balik na lang dito sa March 15. So, balikan natin yung March 15. Hindi ko kasi alam saan ako na-stop. So, sa March 15, the balance due on 10,800. Ha? Walang share screen?
Walang shares na po.
Sorry. Akong ginaswap. Yan, meron na share screen.
Opo.
Saan pala tayo nag-stop? Sa March 15? So, balikan na lang natin yung March 15. The balance due on 10,800, yun na, na-receive na. So, kaya tayo mag-debit cash ng 140,400, tapos mag-credit ng subscription receivable ng 140,400. So, since na issue naman siya, kaya i-credit natin yung subscription share capital na 10,800, tapos mag-credit tayo ng share capital na talaga, kasi in-issue na natin na 10,800. Then, yung sa forfeited na naman na shares, so ito yung entry. Subscription share capital debit ng 1/8 kasi i-multiply na natin siya sa 1 peso. Yung 1/8. Ha? Tapos, since nag-forfeit man yung down payment, mababawasan yung share premium natin. So, yung 1/8, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 25 pesos. Kaya 45,000. Then, mag-credit tayo ng subscription receivable na 23,400 and credit share premium forfeited subscription. Ito na yung share premium ng forfeited subscription. So, yung 23,400, nakuha to siya kasi dito sa, i-multiply lang natin yung 1,800 na shares sa 26 sa price ng subscription times 50%. Kaya 23,400. So, sa August 30, reissued 1,800 treasury shares for 20 pesos per share. So, yung kanina, purchase, so reacquire. Ngayon naman, reissued. So, ito yung entry pag mag-reissue tayo ng treasury shares. Debit cash na 36,000, yung 1/8, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 20 pesos. Then, debit retained earnings na 7,200. Di ba yung kanina, nung nag-reacquire tayo ng treasury shares, yung price niya is 24,000 per share. Tapos ngayon, pag reissued, bumaba siya into 20 pesos. So, nababawasan yung retained earnings natin ng 7,200. Tapos, credit treasury shares na 43,200. I-multiply lang natin yung 1,800 na shares sa original price niya na 24 pesos. Gets, guys?
Opo, ate.
Okay. Then, sa September 14 na tayo. There were 567 warrants detached from the bonds unexercised. So, balik tayo dito sa January 31, 2018. Di ba dito sa last sentence, each warrant entitles the holders to purchase 10 ordinary shares at 10 pesos per share. So, yung 567 warrants, i-multiply natin siya sa 10 ordinary shares kasi entitled man daw ang holder daw entitled to purchase 10 ordinary shares sa each warrant. Kaya, 567 times 10. Meron tayong 5,670 na share na na-issued. Total ordinary shares na in-issue. So, yung entry natin is debit cash, 5,670 times 10. Kasi dito sabi 10 pesos per share daw. Kaya yung total is 56,700. Then debit share warrants outstanding. Yung kanina, Yung sa previous ano natin, and computation na share warrants outstanding, meron tayong 21,600. 720,000 warrants pa, 720 warrants pa to. Since dito, sabi 567 daw na warrants detached. Kaya kunin natin yung portion ng 567 sa share warrants outstanding. Kaya 21,600 times 567 over 720. So, ito yung portion na ng 17,010 ng share warrants outstanding. Tapos, credit, ordinary share capital na 5,670. So, yung 5,670 na shares na in-issued, i-multiply na natin siya sa original price talaga ng ordinary share. No, yung stated price talaga ng ordinary share na 1 peso. Tapos, i-squeeze or pwede lang mo lang i-less yung price para makuha yung share premium na 68,040. Then next is sa November 30 na. Nag-declared daw ang company ng cash dividend of 0.50 per share, 0.50 peso per share to all ordinary shareholders of record December 15, 2018. So, ang dividend daw was paid on December 30, 2018. So, yung date ng declaration, November 30, yung date ng payment, December 30. So, yung mag-entry tayo yung entry sa declaration ng dividends is ito. Debit retained earnings, 193,635 debit, then credit cash dividend payable. OS kasi sa ordinary share man to. Ordinary shareholders man na dividends na 193,065. So, paano nakuha yung 193,065? So, ito yung niya, solution. Kunin lang natin yung total ordinary share issued. So, 360,000. Beginning balance to siya ng ordinary share na dito sa taas. Ito. Tapos 13,500, balik lang tayo sa mga entry natin. Kunin natin yung mga ordinary share doon. Ordinary share capital. 13,500. Ito, OSC. Ito sa first entry na 13,500. Next is, hanap tayo ng ordinary share capital. 4,500. Ano ba yun? Kung mahanap yung 4,500. Hindi ka kulang itong entry. Basta yung guys, yung dito sa total ordinary share issued, hanapin lang natin sa entry yung mga ordinary share capital, i-total natin. Kulang pala. 45,000 pala to. Ito, 45,000 dito. Tapos, 10,800. Ito, 10,800. Then, 1,800. Ay, yung 4,500 pala, less pala to siya. Di nalagyan. I-less pala to siya. Tapos, 5,670 yung kanina. Ito, OSC. So, yung total is, meron tayong total ordinary share issued na 387,270. I-multiply lang natin to siya sa i-multiply lang natin to siya sa Thank you. 387,270 times 20. Multiply lang natin siya sa 50%. Kaya makukuha yung 193,635. Tapos, next is, declared na naman ng cash dividends on preference shares for 2018. The dividend was paid on January 15, 2019. So entry tayo ng debit retained earnings na 32,400, tapos credit cash dividend payable on preference share na 32,400. So yung 540 beginning balance ng preference share, multiply lang natin siya sa 6% cumulative. Kaya 32,400 yung natin, cash dividend payable excuse me, in preference share. Tapos, next is, yun na, on January 8 daw, before closing the accounting records for 2018, Citi became aware that no depreciation had been recorded for 2019 for a machine purchased on July 1, 2017. The machine was capitalized at 288,000 and had an estimated useful life of 8 years when purchased. The appropriate account correcting entry was recorded on the same date. So, wala daw depreciation na na-record si Citi on dun sa machine na pinurchase July 1, 2017. So, kaya mag-entry tayo ng ito yung entry natin, debit retained earnings na 18,000, credit accumulated depreciation na 18,000. So, paano makuha yung accumulated depreciation? Yung 288,000 na yung nakapitalize sa machine, i-divide lang natin siya sa useful life niya na 8 years. Since July 1 siya binili, so half a year lang. Kaya 6 divide 12. Kaya 18,000. Tapos dito na, adjusted net income for 2018 was 252,000. So, di ba, pag at the end of the reporting period, i-close natin yung net income natin. So, mag-entry tayo ng debit income summary, 252,000. Credit retained earnings na 252,000. So, yung net income natin, mapunta na yun siya sa retained earnings. Para ma-close na yun. And then, meron pa dagdag na entry, yung sa appropriation. Itong appropriation, dito related to siya dun sa pag-reacquire at pag-reissue natin ng treasury shares. So, dun sa nang nag-reissue tayo, meron tayong entry sa appropriation na debit retained earnings na 64,800. So, yung 1/8 na ni-reissue natin na treasury shares, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 10, yung dito, times 26 pesos. Tapos, ito yung unappropriated. Tapos yung sa baba na retained earnings, appropriated to siya for treasury shares na 64,800. So, yung requirements na hiningi ng problem 1, share capital ordinary at December 31, 2020. So, yun na. Hanapin lang natin yung mga ordinary share capital sa entry. First, yung beginning balance na 360. Then yung 3,500 kanina dun sa land. Then yung 10,800 and 5,670. Kaya meron tayong total ordinary share capital na 389,970. Pag makagawa na tayo ng entry, guys, easy na lang natin i-trace yung mga ordinary share capital. Tapos i-total na, yun na, yung total ordinary share capital. Tapos, next is total share premium. Yung total share premium as of December 31, 2020. So, same process pa rin sa number 1. Hanapin din natin yung mga share premium dito na mga entry. So, yung normal balance ng share premium is credit kasi increase man siya shareholders equity natin. Tapos yung pag mag-decrease, debit. So, pag mag-decrease, i-less lang natin. Pag mag-debit yung entry ng share premium, i-less lang natin. Pag mag-credit, i-add. So, yun na, yung 720,000, ito yung beginning balance ng share premium dito. Tapos, 209,250 dito sa land na share premium, 209,250. Next is share premium 315. Ito. Then, 10,800. Tapos dito, meron tayong nabawasan yung share premium na meron tayo na debit na share premium. So, for 5, so i-less to siya. Then, share premium na forfeited sa subs, add to siya kasi credit. So, na 4, 5, na-less natin kanina. Then, yung forfeited na 23, i-add. Then, ito, 68,040, i-add. Yung total is 1,290,690. So, parang may error sa choices niya. Since yung pinakamalapit dito na na total is yung pinakamalapit na amount sa 1,290,690 na is 1,295,280. So, ito na yung piliin natin sagot kasi siya man yung pinakamalapit. Kasi parang may error something dito sa problem. Kaya di maano yung share premium talaga, ma-exact amount. So next is retained earnings na naman, unappropriated. So kunin na naman natin yung beginning balance ng retained earnings na 294,000. Tapos hanapin na naman ulit natin yung sa entry, yung mga retained earnings. So ang retained earnings, yung normal balance niya is credit. Yung decrease niya is debit. So, pag mag-credit siya, i-add. So, pag mag-debit yung entry ng retained earnings, i-less natin. So, ito, 7,2, debit retained earnings. So, less. Kaya less siya. Tapos, yung 193, dito sa, ito ito less. Itong 190,065, 32,400 less, 18,000 less. Tapos dito sa natin pag-close ng net income na 252, i-add natin kasi madagdag naman yun siya sa sa retained earnings. Tapos itong 64,800 unappropriated. Ito Kasi unappropriated man yung hinanap. Kaya ito yung debit na unappropriated ang kunin natin. Kasi itong credit appropriated for treasury share man siya. So di yan kasali. So, yung total ng retained earnings is 229,965. So, last is yung total shareholders equity na. So, meron naman nakuha na natin yung total ng ordinary share capital, share premium, pati retained earnings. So, i-add lang natin yun. Huwag natin kalimutan yung preference share na 540. Tapos, ordinary share capital 389,970, share premium na 1,295 na yung gamitin natin. I-assume na natin na ito yung talaga. Kaya 1,295,280, then retained earnings na 229,965. Yung total shareholders equity natin is 2,455,215, which is letter C sa choices. Nag-gets na yung problem 1, guys?
Yes.
Okay po.
Yes.
So, proceed na tayo sa problem 2. BAPE was formed on July 1, 2015. It was authorized to issue 600,000 shares of 10 pesos per par value ordinary shares and 200 shares of 8%, 25 pesos par value cumulative and non-participating preference shares. BAPE has a July 1 to June 30 fiscal year. The following information relates to the shareholders' equity accounts of BBCO. So, sa ordinary share, ito yung mga parang transactions. So, prior to 2017 to 2018 fiscal year, BBCO had 220,000 ordinary shares issued as follows. So, sa 1 daw, ito sa number 1, 170,000 shares were issued for cash on July 1, 2015 at 31 per share, 31 pesos per share. So, i-entry natin to siya. Debit cash na 5,270,000, yung 170,000 shares, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 31 na price per share. Kaya 5,270,000. Then share capital, pag magkuha tayo ng share capital, i-multiply lang natin siya sa original, sa stated price niya, which is 10 pesos para makuha yung share capital. Kaya 1,700,000. Then, yung share premium, pwedeng i-squeeze. Pwede rin i-less lang tong 31 pesos, less 10. Kaya 20. Then, i-multiply natin yung 170,000 shares. 21 pala. I-multiply natin siya sa 21 pesos. Then next is, on July 24, 2015 daw, 10,000 shares were exchanged for a plot of land which cost the seller 140,000 in 2019 and had an estimated market value of 440,000 on July 24, 2000. So since nabigay na yung market value, so ito na yung gamitin natin na ito na yung gamitin natin na value sa land sa entry. So, debit land, 440,000. Tapos, credit share capital na O. So, yung 10,000 shares. I-multiply lang natin siya sa stated price ng ordinary share na 10 pesos. Kaya 100,000 pesos. Tapos, meron tayong share premium na 340,000. So, i-squeeze lang. Then, sa number 3, 40,000 shares were issued on March 1, 2017 for 42 pesos per share. So, nag-issue na naman. So, yun, mag-debit na naman tayo ng cash na 1,680,000. Yung 40,000 shares na in-issued, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 42 pesos. Tapos, share capital credit, yung 40,000, i-multiply na naman natin siya sa stated price niya. Kaya 400,000. Then, yung share premium, yung 40,000, i-multiply natin siya sa 32. Kasi 42 less 10, 32. Ito yung in-increase ng price. Kaya 1,280,000. So, next is, dito na. During the 2017 to 2018 fiscal year, the following transactions regarding ordinary shares took place. On November 30, 2017, BebiCo purchased 4,000 of its own shares on the open market at 39 pesos per share. So, purchase daw 4,000 shares. So, nag-reacquire ng treasury shares. So, yung entry natin is treasury share debit na 156,000, credit cash 156,000. So, yung 4,000 na binili, i-multiply lang natin siya sa market, sa 39 pesos per share na price. Then, sa December 15 daw, BebiCo declared a 5% share dividend for shareholders of record on January 15, 2018 to be issued on January 31, 2018. BebiCo was having a liquidity problem and could not afford a cash dividend at that time. So, BebiCo's ordinary shares were selling at 52 pesos per share on December 15, 2017. So, nag-declare nag-declare dito ng typo pala to siya, 5% is stock dividend pala to siya, hindi ito siya share dividend. Bali dito, dalawang klase ng dividend, stock and cash. So, yung entry natin is debit retained earnings. So, yung 220, yung pag compute ng retained earnings dito, yung 220,000, ito yung total shareholders equity. Ito yung total ordinary shares kanina, di ba? Ito had yung total talaga na in-issue ng BebiCo. I-less natin yung 4,000 na treasury shares, kasi yung treasury shares, deduction man yan siya sa shareholders equity. Tapos, i-multiply natin siya sa 5% na stock dividend. Then, multiply natin siya sa 52 pesos para makuha natin yung total amount na 561,600. Tapos, share capital, same pa rin solution dito except lang, same pa rin 220,000 less 4K times 5% except lang dito sa price. Kasi yung gagamitin natin na price sa share capital ng ordinary share is yung stated price man. So, Shortcut ko na 10,800 yung ano dito, yung total ng tatlo, times 10, kaya 108,000. Tapos share premium, same pa rin, pwede naman siyang i-less or pwede mo rin siyang i-squeeze na 452,600. Next is sa June 20. Baby ko sold 1,000 of its own ordinary shares that it had purchased on November 30, 2017 for 42,000 pesos. So, sinold na, nire-issued na naman yung treasury share. So, nag-debit tayo ng cash na 42,000, credit treasury share na 39,000, and credit share premium ng ordinary share na 3,000. So, yung sa treasury share, yung 1,000, mo-multiply lang natin siya sa market price niya na noong November 30 na 39 pesos. Kaya 39,000. Next is Baby Co issued 80,000 preference shares at 44 pesos per share on July 1, 2016. So nag-issue siya ang Baby Co ng preference share kaya nag-entry tayo ng debit cash 3,520,000. Yung 80,000 na preference share, multiply lang natin siya sa price niya na 44 at that time. Then, preference share capital, 80,000. Since preference share naman to, so di na natin gagamitin yung price na 10 kasi sa ordinary share yun. Yung stated price na naman ng preference share na 25 pesos. Kaya yung 80,000 multiply sa 25 pesos, meron tayong preference share capital na 2 million. Then, since nag-increase man yung price ng preference share as sa time ng issuance, kaya meron na naman tayong share premium on preference share na 1,520,000. Next is sa cash dividends. Baby Co has followed a schedule of declaring cash dividends in December and June, with payment being made to shareholders of record in the following month. The cash dividends which have been declared since inception of the company to June 30, 2018 are shown below. So, ito yung mga declaration date. Sa December 15, 2016, merong yung yung price ng ordinary share that time is 0.3, tapos yung sa preference is 1 peso per share, and so on. So, may dito sa baba, no cash dividends were declared during June 2018 due to the company's liquidity problems. Next is, as of June 30, 2017 daw, mag-entry pa pala tayo sa cash dividends. So, yung entry dito, nung declaration, is debit retained earnings na 80,000 and credit cash na 80,000. So, multiply lang natin siya sa 1 peso na price as of sa declaration and multiply lang natin siya sa 1 peso. Tapos, as of June 30 daw, 2017, meron daw beginning balance si Baby Co sa retained earnings na 1,380,000. Ito yung beginning balance ng Baby Co sa retained earnings niya. Then, for the fiscal year ending June 30, nag-reported net income of 80,000. So, gaya na sinabi ko kanina, pag at the end of the period, i-close natin yung net income. Bali, yung net income natin, maano siya sa into retained earnings. So, mag-debit tayo ng income summary, 80,000. Then, credit retained earnings na 80,000. So, yung requirements niya is, yung preference share capital ng Baby Co. Adjusted balances ng preference share capital. So, same sa problem 1 kanina, hanapin natin dito sa entries, sa journal entries. So, yung preference share capital, bali, isa lang man ang transaction sa preference capital yung nag-issue tayo. Dito yun siya sa July 1. Meron tayong preference share capital na 2 million. So, ito lang yung preference share capital natin. Kaya 2 million pesos yung sagot. Then, next is ordinary share capital. So, yung beginning balance ng ordinary share is 2,200,000. Yung 220 kanina nung total ordinary shares ng baby ko na in-issued, i-multiply lang natin siya sa stated price niya na 10 pesos. Ito. Kaya 2,200,000. Then meron pa tayong 108,000 na ordinary share capital dito nung pag declared ng cash dividend, ng stock dividend pala. Na meron tayong share capital na 108 pesos. So, i-add lang natin yung dalawa. Kaya meron tayong 2,308,000 na total ordinary share capital. So, number 3, total share premium daw. So, beginning balance ng total share premium is 5,190,000. So, bakit yan yung yung beginning balance ng total share premium? Andito yan siya sa dito sa entry na 1, 2, 3 na 3 million share premium na 570,000 plus 340 plus 1,280,000. Kaya meron tayong beginning balance sa total share premium na 5,190,000. Then sa December 13, yung nag-declare ng stock dividend, sa December 15, meron tayong share premium na 453,600. Add. Then sa June 20, meron na naman tayong share premium na 3,000 nung nag-reissue ng treasury share. Kaya i-add lang natin yung tatlo. Meron pa pala idagdag kasi sabi dito total share premium, hindi lang sinabi na share premium ng ordinary share. So i-add natin yung share premium ng PS ng preference share dito yung 1,520,000. Kaya yung total share premium is 7,166,600. Next is retained earnings before appropriation of treasury shares. So yung beginning balance ng retained earnings, sinabi kanina dito, as of June 30, 2017 daw, meron daw retained earnings balance na 1,380,000. Then, i-add natin yung net income kasi tinransfer na to siya sa retained earnings, yung 80. Then, i-less natin yung stock dividend tsaka cash dividend na dineclare dito. Itong 561 and 80,000. Ito. Nag-credit man tayo ng nag-debit man tayo ng retained earnings, so bawas siya sa retained earnings natin. Kaya ni-less. So yung total retained earnings natin is 818,400. Then sa total shareholders equity, so yun na. I-add lang natin yung ordinary share capital, preference share capital, share premium, retained earnings. Since, yung sabi ko kanina, yung treasury share is deduction, so i-deduct natin siya sa total shareholders equity. So, bakit 117,000 pesos? Kasi nung nag-reacquire tayo, yung total na nag-reacquire tayo nung November 30 ng treasury share worth 156,000. Tapos nag-reissued ulit nung June 20 ng 39 ng treasury share worth 39 pesos. So i-less lang natin yung dalawa. Meron pang sobra na deduction sa treasury share sa treasury share na ni-acquire na 117. Meron pa tayong sobra na na-acquire sa treasury share ng 117,000. Kaya i-less natin to siya sa sa total shareholders equity. Kaya yung total ng yung shareholders equity is 12,176,000. So, ito na yung sa problem 2. Nagets nyo guys yung computation ng ordinary share capital, preference share capital. Kinata. So, proceed na tayo sa problem 3. Ito na. A CPA was engaged by Birdie Company in 2018 to examine its books and record and to make whatever corrections are necessary. An examination of the accounts discloses the following. So after the examination, ito yung nahanap ng auditor. Ito yung na-discover. So, dividends had been declared on December 15 in 2016 and 2017 but had not been entered in the books until paid. So, nag-declare daw ang company ng dividends on December 15 pero hindi na-entered sa books until paid. Second is improvements in building and equipment of 97,200 had been debited to expense at the end of April 2015. Improvements are estimated to have 12-year useful life. The company uses the straight line method in recording depreciation and computes depreciation of the nearest month. Sa third, the physical inventory of merchandise had been understated by 28,800 at the end of 2016 and by 42,750 at the end of 2017. Sa letter D is next na na-discover is the merchandise inventories at the end of 2017 and 2018 did not include merchandise that was then in transit and to which the company had title. These shipments of 18,900 and 26,100 were recorded as purchases in January 2018 and 2019 respectively. Next is the company had failed to record sales commissions payable of 32,400 and 9,900 at the end of 2017 and 2018 respectively. The company had failed to recognize supplies on hand na 7,650 and 15,480 at the end of 2017 and 2018 respectively. So itong mga na-discover ng auditor, meron to sila mga effects sa net income ng company. So the retained earnings account appeared as shown below on the date the CPA began an examination. So ito yung mga beginning balance talaga ng retained earnings nila. Ito yung net income nila sa 2016, 252, net loss sa 2017, 160, 200, net loss sa 2018, 173. So ito yung unadjusted. So since may na-discover man ang auditor, itong mga net income, net loss nila, ma-change to siya. Kasi marami kasi silang mga di na record, na omit, na mga transactions. Kaya gumawa tayo ng those table. So, unadjusted net income or net loss. So, ilagay lang natin yung sa net income sa 2016 na 252. Then, sa 2017 net loss na 160,200. And net loss sa 2018 na 173,700. So, ito yung unadjusted net income and net loss. First isa, yung sa dividends. Dividends declared. Ano yung effect sa net income niya sa company? Wala siyang effect. So, kaya blanco. Dito sa B, sa letter B, yung sa depreciation expense na hindi na omit, depreciation expense na omitted. So, yun na, i-record natin yung pag hindi natin na yung effect ng ng depreciation expense natin, pag hindi natin siya pag na-omit siya, hindi siya na less sa ating net income, so overstated yung income natin. Kasi parang hindi man na-record ng company ang depreciation expense, kaya malaki yung net income ng company. Kaya i-less natin to siya. So, yun na, straight line method yung ginamit. So, 97,200, i-divide lang natin siya sa useful life na 12 years. Kaya 8,100 per year. Letter C, the physical inventory of merchandise had been understated. So, yung ending inventory is understated daw. Ano ang effect niya sa net income? Understated. Kasi, 'di ba ang mga inventories, ito yung mga items na hindi na sold. So, since hindi na sold yung mga inventory, so wala tayong matatanggap na income dun. Kaya understated yung yung net income. Mababa yung net income natin. Kaya pag yung inventory is understated din yung net income natin. So, mag-entry lang tayo ng 28,800 sa 2016. Ito yung sa beginning. Tapos, i-less natin siya sa 2017, yung 28,800. Tapos sa 2017 naman, na 42,750, same pa rin sa 2016 na understated yung ending inventory niya. Kaya understated rin yung net income. So, tapos sa next is sa letter D, yung merchandise inventory na hindi daw nag-include ng merchandise that was then in transit. Kaya kinorek na naman natin, like binalik. So, sa 2017, ending inventory niya is understated. So, understated pa rin yung net income. Tapos, yung purchases is understated. So, itong purchases, bawas man to siya sa net income natin. So, since yung purchase natin is understated, yung net income natin, yung effect ng net income is overstated. Kasi, hindi man siya parang kulang man yung purchases natin. So, overstated yung yung net income kasi hindi tayo nakapag-less ng purchases. Tapos sa 2018, same effect pa rin. Ending inventory understated, so effect sa net income understated. Sa purchases, pag understated, yung purchases, net income natin overstated. So, sa letter E is yung sales commission payable na hindi na record. So, i-record natin yan siya. Kaya, mag-less tayo sa 2017, 32,400, then mag-add sa 2018. And then, sa same process sa 2018, mag-less tayo sa 2018 na ng sales commission payable. Tapos, last is sa supplies on hand na hindi na record. So, since expense man tong supplies, so na-understate na, since expense man yung so overstated yung net income. Kasi hindi man na-record yung supplies expense. Tapos yun na, analysis and computation. Yung dividends declared should be recorded on year of declaration. Wala siya effect sa net income. Tapos dito, yung sa April 30, yung sa improvements in buildings and equipment na 97,200. Yung entry niya is repair and maintenance expense ng 97,200. Then credit cash, 97,200. So, na understated yung net income niya. Kasi, yun na, nakapag-record man ng nabawasan man ng repair and maintenance. Tapos na, yung depreciation expense na omitted yun siya, kaya overstated yung net income natin. So, kaya ibalik natin yun siya, i-record natin para ma-adjust yung net income. Malas na natin siya sa net income. Then, sa sales commission payable, if recorded, ganito yung entry. Sales commission expense, debit, then credit, sales commission payable. Then sa January 15, 2018, yun na, babayaran na yung na yung expense na yun. Kaya debit, sales commission expense, credit, cash. Then yung requirements na hinanap dito, ano na yung by the way, i-total muna natin yung kanina, yung nilagay natin dito. So, i-less lang pag close parenthesis, i-less lang. So sa 2016, meron tayong net income, adjusted net income na 272,700. Tapos sa 2017, net loss 179,100. Sa 2018, net loss pa rin 194,220. So yung requirements is what is the corrected 2017 same sa then sa what is the corrected 2017 net loss. So yun din, yung sa 2017 na net loss natin, yung adjusted, yun yung sagot. 179,100, letter C. And then, next is yung corrected 2018 net loss. So, yung sagot, yung kanina, yung total din yung total net loss din sa 2018, yun yung sagot, which is 194,220. So, letter C. Dito lang yan sa table lahat yung sagot niya. Ito, sa table. Tapos, number 4. What is the corrected retained earnings on December 31, 2017? So, ito yung computation niya. Yung beginning, dito na tayo mag-base. Yung sa beginning balance ng retained earnings sa 2016, 585,000. Kaya lang, meron tayong entry sa letter B, yung sa improvement, yung repair and maintenance na 97,200 sa 2015 to siya ha. So kasali pa rin to siya sa beginning balance ng retained earnings sa 2016. So hindi to siya na record, kaya yung effect kaya nag-understated yung net income natin. So i-less to siya i-less natin yung repair and maintenance expense sa 585. Kaya 487,800. Then, di ba pag mag-compute ng retained earnings, i-add natin yung net income, i-less natin yung net loss. Tapos, yung ibang deduction rin, yung mga dividends declared and paid. Tapos, i-add natin yung mga stock sold. Yun yung pag-compute ng retained earnings. So, yung total beginning balance ng retained earnings as of 2016 is 487,800. I-add natin yung 2016 net income na 272,700. Ito. Tapos, i-less natin yung dividends paid on January 10, 2017 na 139,500. Tapos, yung total is 621,000. Then, i-add natin yung stock sold, excess over par, yung na 189. Yeah, yung total is 810,000. Then, may net loss man. Since may net loss man sa 2017, i-less natin yun siya sa retained earnings na 17. I-less natin yung net loss na 179,100. Yung total is 630,900. Tapos, may declaration, meron na namang dividends declared and paid unpaid pala na 139,000. So, i-less pa rin natin yun siya. Kaya kaya makuha yung total na 491,400 retained earnings as of December 31, 2017. Next is, what is the corrected retained earnings on December 31? So, yung beginning balance na naman ng retained earnings natin, yung 491, yung sa 2017, 491,400. Since net loss man yung sa 2018, i-less natin siya. 194,200. 220. Kaya yung total ng retained earnings as of December 31, 2018 is 297,180 letter D. So, yun lang. So, ganun yung pag-compute ng retained earnings. I-add yung net income, i-less yung net loss, i-less yung mga dividends declared and paid, tapos i-add yung mga stock sold. So, yun yung ng retained earnings. So, next is si... May question pa kayo, guys?
Wala pa ate.
Sige. Si Kuya Junel na yung next magtuturo.
So, good morning guys. Klaro lang yung boses ko.
Klaro lang po ito.
Yes, sir.
Kasi I'm not feeling well kasi vaccinated no last week. Tapos, yung after effect niya, like, sinipon ako. So, try lang natin na i-explain yung topic na binigay sa akin since dapat kasi Thursday and Friday mag-discuss kami like sa Thursday si Jaya for A and then ako sa B. Kaso may man kayo like yung long quiz?
Long quiz.
So may long quiz kayo so kaya combine na lang ng sections. So yung topic na binigay sa akin is yung problem. Bali 6 problems dito kagaya nung last sa audit of liabilities, 6 problems. Then ako yung binigyan ng problem 4 to 6. So start na tayo for problem 4 to 6.
Hindi siya mag-zoom.
Hindi naman So start na tayo. So yung topic na binigay sa akin is all about share options. So before ako mag-start ng sa problem, magbigay muna ako ng kating background ng ano yung share options. So yung share options are granted to officers and key employees to enable them to acquire shares of the entities during a specified period upon fulfillment of a certain conditions at a specified price. Bale, these are part of the remuneration package na addition to siya sa cash salary and other employment benefits na matatanggap ng employee sa isang kumpanya. Bale, siya, additional income to siya sa part ng employee. So, conceive as additional compensation on the part of senior officers and other key employees. So, ano yung measurement nito ng compensation? Bali, dalawang measurement to siyang compensation. Fair value method and intrinsic value method. Yung share options is under to siya sa compensation. Bali, yung measurement ng compensation, fair value method, intrinsic value method. Ano yung fair value method? So yung compensation daw is equal to the fair value of the share options on the date of grant. This is mandated by the PFRS 2. Tapos yung intrinsic value method naman, equal siya sa intrinsic value of share options. Yung intrinsic value is excess na market value of share over the option price. Bali, itong intrinsic value method, ginagamit to siya if yung fair value ng share option is hindi siya ma-estimate. Bali pa lang para pangalawang priority lang to. So, yun na. Yung recognition nito, yung compensation. If ang share options daw vest immediately, bali like Yung vesting kasi is yung parang binigyan mo yung ng right na binigyan mo ng right ang isang tao na maka-earn ng something sa present or in the future payment lang. Bali, if sinasabi dito, if ang share options daw is vest immediately, bali, if may exercise siya, like, immediately, ma-acquire ng employee, ang employee daw is hindi na siya required na i-complete ang specified period na service na kailangan niyang gawin before niya makuha yung before siya ma-entitled no share option if vest immediately. Pero if do not vest naman siya, kailangan pa ng employee na may service siyang ibigay or may goods siyang ibigay bago niya makuha yung share options. Bale, yung compensation, ma-recognize lang siya as expense over the service period or vesting period. Meaning, magkakaroon lang ng share option if ma-reach ng employee yung requirement na hinihingi sa kanya before hinihingi sa kanya during the vesting period. So ano yung vesting period? Ito yung period na kung saan yung specified lahat ng specified vesting conditions ng isang share-based payment arrangement is masatisfy ng employee. So ano yung mga vesting conditions? Meron tayo classification yung definition muna ng vesting condition. So yung vesting condition is a condition that determines whether the entity receives the services that entitle the counterparty, yun na yung employee, to receive cash, other assets, or equity instruments of the entity under a share-based payment arrangement. Bale, ito conditions na kailangan makuha ng employee or yung counterparty before niya ma-receive yung cash or yung other assets or equity instruments. So yung vesting condition, maka-classify siya either service condition or performance condition. Bale, yung service condition like service, yung employee mag-render siya ng service over a specified period of time para makuha niya yung ma-receive niya, ma-subscribe niya yung shares na naka-embody sa share options. Tapos yung performance naman, magre-require na sa employee na mag-render ng service over a specified period of time and specified performance targets na kailangan ma-meet ng employee sa pag-render niya ng service. Bali, dalawa yung performance condition. Yung service na kailangan i-render ng employee at saka yung specified performance targets na kailangan ma-meet niya while he or she renders the service to the company. Examples nito yung mag-achieve ng growth in profit, like mag-attain sila ng increase in the entity's share price. So, dito sa problem, okay. Proceed na tayo sa problem. Hello guys. Yan pa ba? Andiyan pa ba kayo?
Yes po.
Okay. So, dito sa problem, sige, basahin mo natin. On January 1, Year 1, Entity A grants share options to each of its 100 employees working in the sales department. So, nag-grant daw yung Entity A ng share options sa 100 employees nila na nagtatrabaho daw sa sales department. So, each of these employees receives 10 share options. So, bali may 10 each. Bali 10 times 100, merong 1,000 share options na kailangan ibigay ng Entity A sa kanyang employees. The share options will vest on December 31, Year 3, provided that the employees remain in the entity's employ. So, based dyan, meron na kaagad condition, which is yung pag remaining in employ, yung pag-stay ng employee sa kumpanya. So, that is part of the non-market condition, yung service condition na. Kasi kailangan mo manatili sa kumpanya within from the year 1 to year 3 before mo makuha yung share options ba. So on January 1, year 1, fair value per option is 30. On December 31, year 1, it is expected that during the whole vesting period of 3 years, 10% of the employees will leave the entity A. So dito, sa first year daw, meron daw nag-leave. So yung mga nag-leave, syempre hindi na nila ma-meet yung yung condition, service condition, and that they are disqualified for the share options na makuha nila for the company. So on December 31, year 2, this expectation is revised to 30%. So from 10% on year 1, 10% na parang nag-quit sila sa company. Sa year 2 daw, naging 30%. Bali, lumaki yung nag-out sila. So finally, by December 31, year 3, 20% of the employees left the entity A. So 20%. Aside from the service condition, meron ding performance condition. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kailangan yung performance condition, nag-i-involve siya ng performance ng employee, like kailangan nilang ma-reach ng sales. Hello? Tao po.
Naklaro. Wala, joke lang.
So, okay na. Yun si Trisha. So, okay. So, yun. May service condition tsaka performance condition. So, according to the performance condition, wait. Condition, the options only vest if the entity's A sales revenue increases by at least 20% by December 31, year 3. So, ito, performance condition. Kailangan ng employee na ma-increase yung sales. Like, di ba sa sales department sila? So, parang, sila, on hand sa sales ng company. So, they're expected, kailangan na yung conditions, kailangan magstay ng employee within 3 years. Tapos, additional pa yung kailangan mapataas na nila ng 20% yung sales revenue by the end year 3. So on December 31, year 1 and year 2, it is expected that the target will be met. So sinabi na for the first 2 years, ma-met daw yung target, which is yung 20% na 20% na sales revenue increase. However, the target is not met by December 31, year 3. So yung problem dito is hindi daw na-meet on December 31, year 3, yung sales revenue, which is crucial. Kasi sinabi dito na dapat daw ma-meet nila yung yung share options is ma-vest lang siya if mag-increase yung 20% by the year 3. Since hindi na meet yung target, so like may crucial part yung sa part ng employee, if makuha ba nila yung share option or not. So yung question dito is what amount of compensation expense should be recognized in year 1. So yung ginawa dito, di ba yung sa year 1 is walang problema, like na-meet nila yung target. So meaning to say, may mako-collect sila dyan na compensation. I mean na share options. Bali yung company is mag-recognize sila ng compensation expense. So yung computation dito, wait. So yung computation, ito na. Ano ba ito? Ano ba ito? Yan. Di ba dito, sinabi dito? Like, on year 1, 10% of the employees will leave the entity A. Ito. So meaning to say, from that 100 employees na nagtatrabaho sa sales department, 10% daw yung magli-leave sa entity A. So bale, yung 90% na lang yung mananatili sa company. So yung first na gawin mo dito is kunin mo yung kung ilang employee na naiwan sa company, which is 100 times 90%. Bale, 90 employees na lang yung natira. Magkano yung share options na marireceive per employee? Di ba 10 share options? So, multiply mo yan siya, 90 times 10, 900 share options. Tapos, multiply mo yan siya sa fair value ng option para malaman mo yung kung magkano talaga yung gagastusin ng company, which is 30. 900 times 30, 27,000. Since this is year 1, minultiply natin siya like 1/3. First year of 3. So times 1/3, result is 9,000. That is for the compensation expense for the period. Yung pagkuha ng cumulative compensation expense, yung problem 4 tsaka problem 5 kasi same lang sila ng process. However, may nag-diferensya lang siya dito na part yung sa performance condition. Yung formula yung salaries expense at cumulative salaries expense date. So ito, para makita niyo for dito, kaya 9K. Since kaya yung salaries expense natin is 9,000. Yung cumulative, ito, expense 9K. So for the next year naman, same process. Second year. Year 2, 30% di ba yung umalis sa company? 100. This is expectation pa lang to. Yes, expected pa. So 30%, meaning 70% yung na-retain sa company. Same process, 30 times ilan yung matatanggap nila na options times 30 times 10 tapos yung 2/3. Yun. Dito na lang tayo. Like, same lang man to sila. Yun, 5K. 700 less times 30, 21,000. Tapos multiply by 2/3, 14,000 yung cumulative salaries. Ito, 14,000. Nasa, to sa Milan book. Ano to formula? Tapos, less mo yung salaries expense recognized in previous periods, which is 9,000. Okay, nakuha natin yung salaries expense na 5,000. So, for year 3, dito may problema kasi hindi na-meet yung target, which is 20% daw na performance condition hindi na-meet. So, sinabi dito sa book na rin, since book lang talaga yung reference. Tapos, naka-state talaga sa book na if yung type ng condition is non-market condition, di ba non-market condition yung sales revenue increase. Sales revenue increase, this is a non-market condition. Under dito siya sa performance condition. If yung condition daw is non-market condition, tapos hindi natin yung vesting condition, yung result nito is yung discontinuance of further recognition of compensation expense. Kaya, nung sa year 3, so mapapansin nyo, wala tayo ni-recognize na compensation expense. Bale ito, ginawa lang to para like for the next year, wala na tayo cumulative expense. Kaya yun lang yung sinabi dun sa book. Na kapag non-market condition, baka gusto nyo tingnan, like nasa page, to siya? Page 706 sa Milan Book Part 2. Hello, nandiyan pa kayo? Hello? Guys?
Hello po, kuya.
Klaro lang yung
Yes,
yung boses ko. So, bale na siya nasa book to siya. Page 706, baka gusto nyo tingnan. Para diretso na tayo. Yan, non-market condition. Either ito siya sa page 705, pero nakasabi dyan yun, achieving a specified growth in profit, non-market condition. Tapos if non-market condition, discontinue na yung recognition ng compensation expense. Kaya yun yung computation. So yung answer sa number 1 is nasa table. Compensation expense recognition sa year 1 is 9,000, which is letter A. Tapos sa year 2 naman is 5,000, letter C, and for the year 3, it's 0. Guess na yung problem 4. Hello, guys? Hello. Tulog na sila. Okay, gets na. So, proceed na tayo for number 5. Yung problem 4 tsaka problem 5, same lang talaga to sila. Kaya, yung dun sa computation, dun ako sa problem 5 nag-base. Para hindi na siya redundant, like, solve ko pa dito, same lang naman to sila dito. Like, yung difference lang nila is, yung sa problem 4, sales revenue increases yung performance obligation, performance condition. While dito, sa problem 5, share price. Sige, basahin ka. There is also a performance condition in addition to the service condition. According to the performance condition, the options only vest if the entity B's share price December 31 year exceeds its share price on January 1, year 1, by at least 20%. So, if doon is sales revenue, eto share price. Which is yung share price, belong siya sa market condition. Yung sales revenue, pag-increase ng sales revenue, under siya sa non-market condition. Tapos yung increase ng share price, under siya sa market condition. Tapos if under siya sa market condition, ito yung question number 1 at saka 2, same lang to siya. Like, wala man na bago sa sa condition sa taas. Yung service condition walang nabago. Wala din na bago like dito. Wala din kasi na-meet din nila sa year 1 tsaka year 2. So same lang talaga yan siya guys, yung value nakita ko. Kinompare ko na talaga yan siya kagabi. Kinompare ko siya, may share price na siya yung sales revenue. Bale, eto, focus na tayo sa, hindi to na-edit. Early. Kasi dapat ito, what amount of compensation expense to be recognized in year 3? Yung question. Kasi amount to siya, hindi siya entry. So, bale, yung hinahanap din ito is compensation expense for the next year. So, bakit hindi 0? Same lang man sila. Bakit hindi siya ginawang 0? So, yung dyan, yung main concept dyan is yung classification niya. Since market condition, kahit ano ba yung sinabi dito? Accordingly, the compensation expense is nonetheless recognized for the services that the employee has rendered, even if the market condition is not satisfied and the share option that do not vest. So, ibig sabihin, kahit hindi pa ma-reach ng, ng employee, yung share price, since share price under market condition, tapos sinabi doon na i-ignore lang daw, kahit hindi pa ma-reach nila yung performance condition, i-ignore lang daw yun siya. Tapos, continue na tayo sa pag-recognize ng yung insurance, ano yun siya? Share option. Get nyo guys, yung difference nila? Yung difference. Hello?
Squeeze.
Yes. Wala na siguro, no? So, bale, mag-focus lang talaga kayo, like, if ma-meet talaga niya. Yung important part kasi dito, if yung employee is ma-meet niya yung required service or yung goods na kailangan ng company. Dapat ma-fulfill niya. If yun siya, if do not vest until if kailangan pa niya ma-provide, if hindi siya vest immediately, kailangan mong tingnan na yung mga conditions. Pero if vest immediately na naman, like diretso mo na i-recognize yung compensation expense. Since may mga conditions dito na kailangan mo pang i-meet, dadaan pa yung time, like kailangan mo pang i-fulfill yun. So, kailangan mo yung tingnan yung mga conditions. So, proceed na tayo siguro. Last problem na to, guys. So, may question kayo sa dalawa? Last problem, yung dalawang problems. Ano? Anong oras na ba? So, proceed na tayo for next problem. Okay. Dito, under pa to siya sa yung ano ba yun siya? Compensation. Under pa to siya. Pero, itong problem 6 is ibang ibang process. Kasi yung share-based compensation transaction, pwede siya like through equity masisettle yung compensation or through cash. Yung equity settled, one in which the entity receives goods or services and pays for them by issuing its shares of stocks or share options. So, bale, para ma-compensate mo yung employee, yung counterparty, mag-i-issue yung company ng equity, shares. Through shares siya. Ang problem, shares ba ito siya? Okay. Yes. Nag-issue siya ng mga shares, share options. So, dito, ito siya, yung problem 6, cash settled siya. One of which the entity receives goods or services and incurs an obligation to pay cash at an amount that is based on the fair value of its own equity instruments. So yung share options, equity settled, at yung share appreciation rights, or SARS, under to siya sa cash settled. Balik cash, mismo yung pambayad ng company sa compensation ng sa employee. So, an entity grants 100 cash share appreciation rights to each of its 500 employees on condition that the employees remain in its employ for the next 3 years. So, service condition. So, that kailangan mo mag-provide ng service for the next 3 years before makakuha yung share appreciation rights. During year 1, 35 employees have left. The entity estimates that a further 60 will leave during years 2 and 3. So during the year 2, 40 employees have left, and the entity estimates that a further 25 will leave during year 3. So during year 3, 22 employees have left. At the end of year 3, 150 yung na-exercise ng SARS. Diba sa year 3 pa yung ma-best yung share appreciation rights. Kasi for the next 3 years, magka 3 years pa, yung payment ng compensation ng company to its employees. So, kaya yun, sa end of year 3 daw, may na-exercise na 150 sa kanilang share appreciation rights. Tapos, 140 na naman for next year, for the 4th year, and 130 for the 5th year. So the entity estimates that the fair value of the source at the end of each year in which a liability exists as known below. At the end of year 3, all SARs held by the remaining employees vested. So, year 3 yung payment. Nag-start yung payment. So the intrinsic values of the SARs at the date of exercise, which equal to the cash paid out at the end of years 3, 4, and 5 are also shown below. Ito na. So year 1, may mga fair value. Sa year 3 to 5th, may intrinsic values. So ito, compute down na review compensation expense at saka liability ng entity na i-report niya for the 1st to 5th year. Ito na, problem 6. Ito, formula-based din to siya sa book. Check nyo lang sa book nyo. Yung sa Balix, ibang process. Ito, sa Bilan din ata to. Mas klaro kasi yung form ng formula sa Milan kasi sa Balix. Pero same lang sila ng result. Like, shortcut lang yun siya na process. So, dito, yung ginawa, kinuha yung fair value ng SARS at year end. Paano yan siya kinuha? Di ba 500 yung employees? 500 employees. Yes, 500 employees. Tapos, may nag-left daw for the first year na 35. Less 35. Tapos, may in-estimate pa sila na may 60 daw. Mag-leave sa years 2 and 3. Okay, less natin yun siya. Tapos, multiply natin kung 100. Ito. Kung ilang cash appreciation rights yung makuha per employee. Multiply natin like 500 less 35 less 60 times 100. Merong share appreciation rights na 40,500. Tapos multiply natin yun siya sa fair value, which is 14.4. Result yan is 583,200. Tapos multiply natin sa year. First of 3 year. Tapos cumulative balance of the accrued liability to date. Ito, nakuha na agad natin kung magkano yung liability sa first year, which is 194,400. Tapos less natin yung salaries expense sa previous periods since walang naka-indicate dito na may expense from previous periods, walang amount. Tapos less natin, same amount lang yung expense tsaka yung liability. For the year 2 naman, year 2, same process. Yung nadagdag lang is yung 25. Ito. 25. Yan. 500 less 35 less 40 less 25 times 100 times 15.5, 620. So multiply natin yung vesting period over the total vesting period, just 2 over 3. Yung result is 413,333. That is a cumulative balance of the accrued liability. So the liability for the second year, and last natin yung expense. I mean, expense sa previous period, which is 194,400. Ito sa first amount. Tapos, yung pag-less niyan, makuha mo kagad yung salaries expense for the second year. Dito, di ba sinabi doon na for the year 3, doon na sila mabibigyan na start na ng share appreciation rights distribution. Nagbabayaran na sila ng compensation from the company. If ma-meet na yung condition which is to remain for the next 3 years. So, ilan ba yung natira sa kanila? Dito, yung computation ng expense is dalawa. Since may fair value tsaka intrinsic value. Dalawang computation. Yung result niyan, yung expense yung fair value at saka intrinsic value is i-add natin yun siya para makuha yung total salaries expense na ma-recognize natin for the third year. Since ito intrinsic value, ito yun mismo yung pagbayad sa'yo. Bali 15 yung value ng share ng SARS. So ito. For ito, ginamit dito for the first computation, ang ginamit is 18.2. Ito. Klaro lang guys, no? Yung cursor. Hello?
Clear lang kuya.
Okay. So ito, 18.2, which is sa year 3, fair value. 500, ito 500 less 35 less 40 less ito 22. Tapos i-less natin yung kung magkano yung nag-exercise ng SARS nila. Tapos multiply natin sa 100. Multiply natin sa fair value. Makuha natin yung fair value ng SARS at year end, which is 460, 460. So napapansin nyo, yung heading niya, salaries expense from SARS, vested but not yet exercised. So bale, dito siya yung bayad. Dito yung bayad na expenses. Wait, nakalimutan ko yung entries pala. Like dito sa entries, sa problem, balik muna tayo sa problem. Yung entry, di ba for third year pa tayo magbabayad? So yung entry niya is, salaries expense, 194,400, accrued salaries payable of 194,400. For the second year, same entry since hindi pa tayo magbabayad dyan. Salaries expense, tapos accrued salaries payable, which is amount of 218,933. For the third year, since meron na intrinsic value yung amount na binayad ng company for the employee, kaya yun, dinivide natin siya. Salaries na hindi na-exercise, tsaka salaries na from SARS na na-exercise. Tapos ito, same process sa taas, multiply, tapos i-less natin to 413,333. Ito yung accrued liabilities last year. Asan ba yun? Ito guys, formula to siya guys ha. Like, fill up lang kayo. Ito 413,333, tapos less natin dyan, makuha natin yung salaries expense for the third. $127. Yun na yung amount for the salaries expense for 2003. Bali, dalawa. Yung entry dito, di ba yung entry dito is salaries expense, 47,127. Tapos accrued salaries payable, 47,127. Dito, yung entry dito, salaries expense, 200, 220, wait. Hindi ba to? Tama na. 225,000. Salaries expense, 225,000. Tapos cash of 225,000. So, bale, ito yung intrinsic value. Ito na yung value na babayaran ng na i-grant ng entity sa kanyang employees. 500. Yung sa natirang employees. Okay, for the next, same lang sila din. Since may din may nag-exercise din na ng SARS na 140. So, meron din dito. So, ito, same lang din. Kali yung kinuha. 500 less 35 less 40 less 22. Tapos less natin yung 140. Ito yung fair value. Less natin yung yung last year na expense. Nag-result siya na negative, di ba? Negative. So, dito, 140, sa intrinsic value na to ginamit, 20, 140 times 100 times 280. Meron total salaries expense of 61,360. Yung entry, dito, salaries expense of 218,640. Ay, wait. Since, di ba, to siya, deductions. Kasi negative amount yun siya, dapat nasa credit side to siya. Since an expense is a debit yung normal balance, negative to siya, dapat nasa debit. As a credit side to siya. So, yung salaries expense, yung entry dito is accrued salaries payable nasa debit side, tapos salaries expense nasa credit. Ito, 218,640. Tapos, ito, 280,000. 280,000. So, yung 280,000, ito na yung babayaran ng company, ng entity. Which is salaries expense tapos cash. Same process dito. Yun lang, lahat-lahat na yan. Pero dito, yung mapapansin nyo, yung fair value wala. So, kaya yung result ng fair value ng SARS sa not yet exercised is 0. Tapos yung cumulative liabilities to date, 0 din. Tapos, less mo yung 241 dito sa cumulative accrued liabilities to date, less mo. Yun na. Yung salaries expense for the SARS and exercise is nasa negative 241,820. So, debit din to siya. Salaries expense. For ito, sa next, same process, 130 times 100. Saan ba ito 130? Ito, 130. Ito, yung 150, 140, tsaka 113, yun yung ginamit sa pag-compute ng intrinsic value. 113 times 100. Tapos times po yung value, 25. 282,500. Plus mo, may salaries expense credit side na 40,680. Yung entry, guys. Yan. Yan na. Okay na. Yan guys. Okay na guys. Hello? Hello? So, yun na to. So, to sum it up, ito na yung expense at liability for the 5 years ng share-based. Check nyo. So, ito na yung hinahanap na requirement. So, that's the end for the discussion for the Audit of Shareholders Equity. Any question, guys? Before tayo mag-end, check. Puro ba si Kuya?
Kasi may na-late off.
Hello, guys?
Ay po, kuya.
Wala na question?
Wala na po.
So, I'm expecting Char. Char. So, I'm expecting that. Ha? Sige na. Plus,
I-screenshot na lang.
screenshot na. Baka, laan. Discussion Char. Wait, stop presenting. Stop, no? Kasi ito. Ay, ito.
For the videos. Matik na. Kasi unsain mo lang po. Kung sa ka na-check.
Pwede.
Kung sa i-on.
Dito. So, pwede mag-request guys, like, i-open yung camera.
I-print screen na lang.
Para na lang for documentation para like, maghanapan ka, hanapan kami ng ano.
Sa hobby.
Hindi, sinabi,
Kung sa i-on.
i-off na. Paano?